Hello Adult 529 students, and welcome to our course on learning theory. This is a brief video just to give you an overview of the course. I would first like to share a few things about me as an instructor, and that list of 4 things is listed here on the screen. First of all, I'd like you to know that as a professional, there is no more important job than I have than to teach. It is where my professional core is, and I believe your learning is the most important thing that I could be involved with this summer as a professional. I have enjoyed meeting with you in occasions like Art Night, the Arts Ed Conference, and in Tech Boot Camp, and I look forward to deepening our relationship and our learning this summer. I promise that we will embed some arts-based practices to our course content. Anything that you would like to do, we will add to our course. And I also promise, here is the gift that wisdom brings with age, and that is, I promise that my emphasis in your learning will truly be on learning, and you making progress as teachers who base their decisions on their students and their students' learning, rather than focusing on points and grade distributions in our class. So I really will try very hard to focus on what's most important in your lives this summer as professionals, and that is your learning about learning. Speaking of which, our course has 3 major kind of components to it. The first is, this is the course where you will kind of bring together all those things that you learned as undergrads, the major theories of learning like behaviorism and constructivism and brain-based learning. You will also get some practice as qualitative researchers using methodologies of being just kid watchers through a qualitative case. And one of the things that I find most fascinating about this class is that when you learn about yourself as a learner, it has to make you better as a teacher. So we'll also be learning about ourselves as learners. That allows us to help our learners learn about themselves to become more strategic. One final note that I would like to add to this slide is that I think this is one of the most important courses in the program. They're all important, but there's certainly not one that's more important than this one. And if I could argue for anything, it would be to put this one first. We should be learning about learning before we learn about teaching. So I really do love teaching it. Here are 2 reasons that I think you're going to love this course. Number 1, the book. People love this book. Number 2, this is a course about learning to listen. You're looking at a journal spread here that I wrote when I turned 50 to say what are the 50 lessons that I've learned in 50 years. And look at number 1 in my ordered list. The most important thing I've learned in 50 years is to listen. Well, that's what you're going to be doing with the major assignment, which is the case study. You're going to be developing a research question. What can you learn about kids and their experience related to some topic of interest to you? Perhaps something related to your master's project, perhaps not. Then you just choose one partner. You've already been working on that. And your job is to watch and to listen. And then to let your partner's interest kind of steer where you go together in that topic that's roughly chosen by you over the course of the summer. So unlike other classes where we're looking for big effect sizes, pre-post, experimental gains, this is not that. This is just what happens. What can you learn if you just sit with a child and intervene, or not intervene, but go gently in his or her life. Very different from other courses. I want you to know that the comprehension checks and the online participation activities, the comprehension checks are credit, no credit, and you'll hear me comment on that other places on our website. You take them every week. They're due Sunday nights, and they are to help you make sure that you're getting the major points. Then there are also online participation activities, and you'll also have a traditional midterm exam. Then there's this learning theory review, which is due, the first part of 2 parts, is due week 2. And you'll see more about that online, but what you'll be doing is picking a theory or theorist and studying it, either through your using your 536 text from Dr. Ivers' class, and also using web-based materials. You'll do a presentation of that online, and then you'll post it. And then you'll listen to 2 other peers' presentations from your block or the other block, and you will draw connections about what you learned from the learning theories that you've studied. So that's parts A and B, due weeks 2 and 4. And I want you to know that our titanium site in this blended learning class has lots of material that I hope will support your learning as we go, and that I'll keep adding as we go. Finally, I want you to know that I am convinced that all learning begins with a question, and I can't wait to hear what yours is. So here's cheers to a great semester together.